Every December, 600 million people get to feel special when Spotify shows them exactly who they are through their music. Well, most people do. Some years they really mess it up, but you get my point. Why hasn't Apple built this for iMessage? It's something I've wanted for years because I text way more than I listen to music. The data's more meaningful to me. And if I'm someone at Apple, it seems like a very obvious product decision that everyone would enjoy. But I figured if they're not going to do it, I'll build it myself. For those unfamiliar, Spotify Wrapped is this yearly thing where Spotify tells you your top songs, your listening age, nice, how many minutes you spent listening, and everyone shares it on social media unless you're like me in 2023 and we're scared to admit that 100 gecs was your favorite artist. And I realized that my real relationships aren't in my Spotify data. They're in my messages. They're in things like who sent the funniest message in the group chat, or who did I text the most in 2025? How many late night messages did we send? Which day was the most chaotic? The data exists. I know it does because I'm looking at it. It's sitting right there on my Mac, and Apple knows every single message I've ever sent. Or do they? Apple can't build iMessage Wrapped the way Spotify does, which is on their servers. See, iMessage uses something called end-to-end encryption, and when you send a message, your phone encrypts it with the recipient's public key. The only device that can decrypt it is their phone, which has the private key. Apple servers are pretty much blind. They carry your encrypted messages, but they cannot read them because they literally don't have the keys. So unlike Spotify, which has a giant database of everything you've ever listened to, Apple can't see anything you've written, which means if I want iMessage Wrapped, I have to build it on the device where it exists, unencrypted. And that data is sitting in a hidden SQLite database called chat.db. So this file contains everything. Every message, every reaction, every timestamp, and the structure is pretty interesting. There are tables for messages, handles, chats, attachments, and they're all connected through these weird join tables. And the timestamps, they're not in normal Unix time. Apple uses their own time system, seconds since January 1st, 2001, and then multiplied by 1 billion for nanoseconds. Because, of course, Apple has to be different. But here's where it gets fun. Once you understand the schema, which Claude Code helped me do, you can ask pretty much anything. How many messages did I exchange with my girlfriend? Boom, 19,690. Well, who sent more? I run a query. I sent 47%, she sent 53%. What hour do we text the most? 5 p.m. Makes sense, end of the workday. Late night text between 1 and 5 a.m., 1,109. 543 hearts, 172 laugh reacts, and 10 thumbs down. I think I need to ask about those. And then as I kept going, the weird stuff started appearing. Apparently I got 473 2FA codes this year, 76 messages sent at exactly 4:20 p.m. I even ran it on my group chat. Turns out I'm only the second funniest person in the group, 85 laugh reactions to Ethan's 103. And I can't even find the funniest message that got the most laugh reacts, but unfortunately you're just gonna have to use your imagination here. So I wrapped all of this into a single bash script. You run it, point it at a contact or group chat, and it generates this entire HTML presentation. Let's take a look at what it generated. Now, this is gonna be a little different than the one I've uploaded to GitHub because I've customized it for my friends. This year we sent 3,877 messages. Ethan and Andy talked the most, me on third. Shout out Ethan and Andy, thank you for keeping everyone alive. Apparently we text a lot at 11 a.m. We text a lot on Wednesdays, and apparently we laugh a lot, 628 reacts. That's good, I like laughing. It is no surprise to any of us that Andy has sent the most. I went through and found some quotes that had the most reacts. Now, I've forgotten the context for these and what was going on, so your guess is as good as mine. But here's what we have. I could see which days we sent the most messages, and then I could even see the months where we were most active. Don't ask me what happened down here. Now you may be thinking, well, if you made it locally, why can't Apple? And I agree with you, they can. It is technically possible, but I think what we have here is the reason why Apple hasn't built this and probably never will. It's not just technical, it's also philosophical. Think about it. Spotify showing you your top song is pretty low stakes, but iMessage showing you your top person, well, that could be your ex, that could be your therapist, or as you just saw, it could be the collapse of some friendships. If your iMessage Wrapped showed you that you sent 5,000 messages to someone who barely replied, or you used to send a lot of messages and now you don't, that's not very fun data. And Apple's maintained that your messages are a private vault and they're between you, the people you're talking to, and no algorithm. And honestly, I respect it. But also, I'm still going to run this on my own data because, well, I asked for it. If you want to try this yourself, the code is open source. I've left a link to the description below. It's super easy. It is a bash script. You give your terminal full access so that it can read the database. You run the script, you open the file, and you've got your own iMessage Wrapped. You can generate it for a specific person, a group chat, or even just all your messages in general. If you run this and it helps you find something cool or funny, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see it. It's cool when something you make brings people joy. So do let me know. And also, if you have any other recommendations you want to see for it, let me know. Please like and subscribe and text someone I love you.